let's start to move with our breath in a balanced way. And we're going to work on balance today, Felix. So let's inhale and take our arms up. And then exhale and float the arms down. Inhale, arms up. And exhale and float them down. Right, so as we move in a similar kind of timing, that will also help to cultivate a balanced breath. So we're bringing our arms out to the side in a floating way as we start, and then forward and float them down. Generally, inhales are upward movements and exhales are downward movements. Inhaling upward, exhaling downward. That's it. You guys look great. One more time, maybe take it a little bit further up, beautiful, and exhale and float it down. So there's many times that we use balance throughout our yoga practice. And let's lift the right knee, and I'll show you what I mean. So we're lifting the right knee, and at the same time, we're giving a little pressure down through the left foot. So that brings a certain kind of balance in. We're lifting on one side and pushing down on the other. Let's let that go and do the other side. Left knee lifts. We're going to push down through the right foot, the right toe pads, the right heel, as we lift our spine tall. And exhale and let that go. Let's walk in place. So lifting one and then the other, inhaling up and exhaling down, or maybe not. Maybe it's inhaling and then exhaling with the other side. That would be fine too, because this might feel really fast, like a fast breath to lift, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. So you might like it better as you inhaling and exhaling on the other side. That would still be absolutely fine. And then come to center and let's sway towards the right and lift the left elbow. Then push down through our sitting bones and sway towards the left and rock it right and left, alternating one side and then the other. Breathing in and breathing out. And we just even it up one more time. And then take your arms out to the side, turn the palms down, thumbs down, and then inhale, thumbs up and palms face upwards. Exhale, face it down, and then thumbs go down. Notice what you're feeling in your arms and in your hands. Inhaling, palms up and thumbs back behind us. Now curl your fingers in towards your palms and the thumb is up. Woo! I don't know if you feel that, but I really feel that. It's a big stretch in the thumb. Let's take the knuckles forward, interlace thumbs, spread fingers, bend elbows, pull the arms in towards you as you press against your thumbs. Inhale, open it up, wide, and exhale other way. Interlace thumbs, spread fingers, pull elbows back and wide, open it up, and you are like flying like wings. Let's inhale and push down through the mounds of our feet and our toes, lifting our heels, and then exhale, lower the heels down. So we're going to practice some balancing, and one of them will be as we stand, lifting through the ankles and the heels. So we're rolling through our feet now, one way and then the other. Heels lifting, exhale, lowering. One more time, interlace your fingers, press your palms away from you, and start to lift one elbow and then the other. Lifting one side and then the other like a wave. Breathing in and breathing out. Breath is in and breath is out. Open up your arms wide. Exhale, lower your heels down. Turn your palms upright and lift your arms into a V. Breathe in and breathe out. Let's take a side bend towards the right. Yes, let's bend the elbow and then lengthen it towards the right. Exhale, bend it. Inhale, straighten it. Maybe you clasp your wrist. Maybe. If this is uncomfortable for you, then keep your arm down like so. Inhale, both arms lift. Let's exhale and come down to that Hakini Mudra. We're putting it in we're imprinting it in our right and left hemispheres of our brain. Inhale, arms up. Let's side bend towards the left. Maybe this left arm is down, bending the right elbow, lengthening. Feel a nice stretch right along the side of your body. Bending the elbow, lengthening, maybe clasping the wrist or the forearm, finding a little bit more length on the right side of your body. Breathing in and breathing out through the nose. Rise on up, fingertips together, up overhead. Yes, fingertips together, up overhead. Push down through your feet and exhale, release your arms down. Let's find a twist. So when we do these poses, we go from right to left. That is part of balancing it out. So let's take our arms towards the right and then towards the left as we start to find our twist. Breathing in and breathing out. Breath is in and breath is out. Nice gentle twisting, head following, kind of like I love the idea of your hands are pressing against warm water and you're making waves with them. Let's start to make the figure eights with your arms. Yep, figure eight. You know you can't do this wrong, right? We're just floating the arms as we make this figure, and notice how the body might go with you as you make these circles. Breath is in and breath is out. And come back to arms up overhead. Yes. Bend the elbows, bring your Hakini Mudra back towards heart center. Let's open up the right foot out to the side and make your adjustments. Once you get there, point the foot and flex it. Another type of balancing action, right? We're lengthening the toes and then that we're pulling them towards us. Notice the sensation of lengthening the foot and then the whole top of the leg feels long. Then pull the toes towards you and you feel more of a contraction. One more time, lengthen, pull the toes in, spread them without looking at them. Let's inhale our arms into a T, and we're going to sway towards the left and then towards the right. And notice how the weight shifts in your front foot, the left foot. Notice how the weight shifts in your sitting bones. Then come back to neutral, so shoulders are stacking over hips. Flex your palms. So press your palms away from you. Yes. Turn the fingertips under. Flex them again. Turn your palms upright. Bring your fingertips on top of your shoulders. Let's roll the right elbow around and about. So forward and back. and around. And then the other side. Feel that movement in your shoulder girdle. Yes. Then elbows are wide. Let's tip down towards the right. Perhaps open up your arms into a big slanted T, right? Notice if your head is coming forward and lean it slightly back. If it is, we're going to push down through our heel and our foot and rise up. Let's come back to Hakini Mudra. You can relax your elbows down by your side. Your arms might be getting tired from them being outward so long, so you can always return back to center whenever you need a little break. Let's drag or press this foot down and towards us, and then push it away. Now with your sticky mat, if your heel is on the sticky mat, it might be a little bit hard to pull it towards you and press it away. And then holding on to the seat of the chair, let's lift the leg and bring it forward. Hold on to the sides. Press down through your sitting bones. Point your toes away, pull them towards you, circle the ankle around and about. And then as you push down through your left foot, inhale, right leg lifts. Does it matter how much it lifts? No, it does not. It's the energy of doing it. Let's lower the leg down. Inhale, it lifts up. Breathe in, breathe out. Maybe you take your left arm out to the side for seated spinal balance. And exhale, release. Other side, so you might move yourself over to the other side and lengthen the leg. Pull the toes towards you, point them away, pull them back towards you, point them away. So as you do this, feel the sensation. Notice how it is different. Pulling it towards you and then pressing away. And then let's bring our arms into a T and kind of shimmy one way and then the other. So you're going to feel your rib cage going one way and then the other. And the arms are just kind of floating. They're kind of floating. And then come back to center. Let's take our fingertips on top of our shoulders and roll both elbows forward, out to the side and back. Beautiful. Now you can make small circles or they can become bigger. This feels really nice on my shoulder area. Notice how it feels for you to roll around like this. Let's try the opposite way. Take it back, around, and forward. Yes, back, around, and forward. As you breathe in and as you breathe out. And let's extend the arms. Press the palms away, spread our fingers, curl the fingers under, press them away, and exhale. We're going to pull the heel in towards us, press it away. Pull it in towards you, press it away. Then let's take our arms into a T and tip down towards your left. You might have your fingertips still at your shoulders, that's fine. Or you can lengthen them. Notice if your head or your body's leaning forward like that, try to pull it back as you feel your shoulder blades on your back. We're gonna push down through the foot and the heel to rise up. That's using our core, lower the arms down. Now let's lift this leg and bring it forward. Make your adjustments. Sit tall, roll the shoulders back. Feel like you're lifting and that each vertebrae is lifting up, 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 up. You're feeling the energy go up through the crown of your head. And let's play with lifting the left leg and exhaling, lowering it down. Now, this is one of those circumstances where you might exhale on the lifting the leg and inhaling down. I don't want to confuse you. But the reason you would do that is because there's more effort on the lifting than the lowering. So it would be exhale up, inhale down. If that doesn't work for you, let it go and don't worry about it. Let's lift the leg and take the right arm out to the side for spinal balance on the other side. Notice how we've got the leg lifted on one side and the arm on the other. That's what spinal balance is doing. So we've got both sides of the body working in a slightly different way. In actually a bigger different way because it's the arms and the legs changing off. Let's walk in place with our spinal balance, arms and legs. So extending one and then the other. Now you get to vary it up. If you want it to be faster or slower, as you breathe in and as you breathe out, this is your practice. You always get to tailor it to you. Let's bring the foot down and walk our feet out. So you can go toes in, toes out. Let's do that a few times. Heels in, toes in, heels in, toes in. Now let's go out. Toes out, heels out, toes out, heels out. Notice when it starts to feel tight. That's about where you want to stop with this pose. Let's let the knees go inward and then outward. So in and out. Breathe in, breathe out. We're rocking forward and back on the sole of our foot, and the knees and the legs are following. Breathe in and breathe out. Come to center. We're lifting tall. Let's sweep the left arm towards the right, bending the elbow, and do that a few times. So make the circle as you reach to your range of motion. Let the arm move freely. Let's try the other side. Right arm towards the left. You might follow the movement with your gaze. Breathing in and breathing out. And there we go. Breathing in and breathing out. Come back to center. Let's find cactus pose. Elbows are lower than shoulders. Tip your fingertips down. Inhale, lift them up. Exhale, they lower. Inhale, they lift. Exhale, they lower. Inhale, they lift. Now we're going to do one way, one the other way. You got that? So you can alternate, doesn't matter which one. But when the fingertips are up on one side, let's lift the heel on the other. So I've got right arm lifted, left heel. These are called brain teasers. And switch it up. So you're lifting the opposite heel where the hand is up. Breathe in and breathe out as you move. One more time. Balance that out. Let's come to center and bring our feet back in. Bring our feet back in. So now let's rock forward and back. We're going to play with our balance in chair pose. And this is where you might want a chair in front of you. I'll show you what I mean. Just to remind that if balance is feeling a little compromised today, you could have a chair in front of you. And then you might have a block with you. And actually a strap too. Felix is sitting on my strap. I'm just going to take this, Felix. Thank you. So we're going to play with chair pose towards lifting up. If you'd like to start with nothing around the legs or in between, just to kind of see where you're at. So let's rock, or you could, like if you know you want to put the block in between your legs, go for it. If you want to put the strap around, go for it, because this is your practice. So we're rocking forward and back, and then we might take our hands towards the chair as we lift up. Take your sitting bones back, weight is in your heels. Right, you might take one arm forward and keep one hand on the chair, or the other. You might switch it up, sitting bones are back, maybe both arms are forward. Sitting bones are back, weight goes towards the back of your heels, but you still got to push down through the front of your feet. Let's exhale and slowly lower that down. Starting to wake up these thighs. Wake them up. So a principle in yoga with balance is to find something to stare at that's not moving. So nothing moving. We find a spot to gaze at that's not moving as we rock forward and back, and maybe you put the block in between your thighs. Feel the rolling forward and back on your sitting bones, and you'll notice how the core starts to engage as we lean back. And as you lean back, you might take your arms forward and then swing them back as we swing the body forward and the arms back. Then the other way. That starts to wake up our core. And next time we might take the hands to the chair to lift on up, or you don't have to use the chair. You do not have to use the chair. So come on up, sitting bones back, maybe one arm forward, maybe the other, hugging the block, staring at a spot that's not moving. You might stay a few breaths. You might say, I got to go down, or you might say, I'm going to stay up for another breath or two. Breathe in, breathe out. Now maybe you push down through your feet and you stand, or maybe you sit back down in the chair. You get to decide, how are you feeling now? And then so if you're standing, you're going to go back into chair pose from standing. If you're seated, you're going to lift off. So here we go. Come back to your next chair pose. Maybe you take one arm forward. Maybe you open it out to the side and look toward your fingers. I still got the one hand on the chair. Bring it on forward. Exhale it down. Maybe the other one goes forward, out to the side, back to center. Exhale, lower down. That's a long time to be up. Let's take a break and maybe open and close the knees a few times as you roll on your feet. Like we were doing earlier, opening and closing the knees. And then we might put the strap around our thighs. So here we go with that idea. The idea is that you're going to push out into the strap instead of hugging the block. So here's another idea of balance. When we use the block, we are hugging inwards, and that helps our balance. We're hugging in, so our muscular action comes in. That's going to strengthen the inner thighs. But when we have the strap on, we're pushing out into the strap, and that's working the outer. Another way to balance up as we do our practice. So we're rocking forward and back, and as we come up, and by the way, you don't have to come up. You can just push out into that strap. Maybe you come up, maybe you don't. Hands may be on the chair or not. Same thing, sitting bones back. Ribs are pulling towards the back of your shirt. And then maybe one arm comes up, or you switch it up, or both. When in doubt, stick your buttocks back, lifting your heart. Sitting bones are back. Feel the weight. Push down through your toe pads. Press out into the strap. Let's exhale. Lower down. Let it go. Let it go. We'll do that one more time. And maybe you'll take a twist in with it. Maybe you won't. I'm building some heat. I don't know about you. Here we go. We're going to rock forward and back and push out into the strap. Rise on up as we push out. Maybe you take the arms forward. Maybe you take your hands to your heart. And then we find our twist towards one way, come back to center, and the other way. Come back to center, still pushing out into the strap. Maybe you got your Hakini Mudra. Slowly lower down back onto the chair. Notice how your body feels now. All right, we're gonna let that go. We were working hard, and now we're going to practice some balance. So you wanna face the back of the chair. If you're gonna stand, feet are parallel. Feet are parallel, so they're in number 11. I'll show you this way so you can see. Feet are in number 11. We are in mountain pose. We are in mountain pose. Now, you could imagine that block is in between your thighs and give it a hug. Or you could put the block in between your thighs and give it a hug. So when we come up onto our toes, we're going to make sure to press down through the mound and across and the toes. The ankle and the heel are going to lift. We're going to find that spot to stare at. It's about horizon level. You can start with your fingertips on the chair, rise up. Find that spot to stare at. Exhaling, slowly take the heels down. Now, sometimes when people lower down, they lean back. See if you can keep upright as though you had a block on top of your head and it wasn't going to drop. And the same thing when we lift up onto our heels. Sometimes people lean forward like that. See if you can keep lifting up, 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 and the hips stay neutral. So like this. Inhale, heels rise, ankles rise, belly tones. Breathe in and breathe out. And then exhaling, slowly lower the heels back down. So keep thinking up, 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 up. Shoulders stacking over hips, hips over feet. One more time. Let's inhale, come up. Now maybe you lift one hand or the other, or maybe you come into that Hakini Mudra with fingertips touching, hugging inner ankles towards each other. It's normal to feel like you're gonna roll out into your ankles or your outer feet. So you want to pull the inner ankles towards each other. You can always bring your hands back down to the chair. Let's exhale and slowly let that go. Now, just for a little foot action here, because we've been coming up, let's reverse it. Hold on to the chair and just kind of tap the top of the foot down. Make little bouncy actions. Inhaling and exhaling, soft knee, soft standing knee. And then the other side. Other side. Just kind of tapping the top of the foot, the top of the toe pads down. And release that and let that go. Now we're going to sway. So I'm going to face this way. You could have the chair in front of you, but this way you can see what I'm doing. We're going to sway towards one way and then the other. So our weight is shifting, keeping the knees soft, shifting towards the right and shifting towards the left. Now, if you're feeling like you're really balanced, you might take your hands into Hakini Mudra as you do this. Notice what it feels like to shift your weight. Start to make it more active and intentional. Breathing in and breathing out. Really feel the side that you're going to, that footprint pressing down. So I press down through the right. I feel it. Left toes are lifting. Press down through the left and feel the weight shift. Come back to neutral. Press down through your feet. Now we're going to play with shifting our weight and lifting the opposite foot up. So we're going to shift our weight towards the right foot, bring the left toes in. Bring the left toes in, knees forward. Now you could have both hands on the chair. I just went this way, so but you could have both hands on the chair or one hand on the chair and be right here. We're finding a spot to stare at. We're making sure this knee isn't blocking. So it's got a little softness, a teeny little bend behind it. And then you might play with back to that Hakini Mudra. Fingertips together, staring at a spot, breathing in and breathing out. And breath is in and breath is out. Let's bring the foot back down. Now you might notice that the standing leg gets tired and you can always come out of it. You don't have to stay as long as I'm showing. There is weight bearing going on. When we shift our weight to one side, the other side's bearing the weight. Let's take the weight now into the left foot and then the right toes come in. You can have the heel at the ankle with the toes down, lift up and out of your waist, get tall, find that spot to stare at, soften through the back of the knee. And breathe in and breathe out. Feel a toning in your standing hip and leg. You're pushing down through the sole of the foot. And as you do that, you can feel a rise up. So we push down to rise up. And then maybe you take one hand up or both into your Hakini Mudra. And your knee can be forward or out to the side. I think I said forward for the other side. So wherever you're at, it's okay. We're playing with shifting weight. We're playing with balancing on one foot. And exhale and come down. If you're noticing like the weight comes towards the outside of your foot, that's super normal on the standing leg. So we bring our focus to the big toe mound, really pushing down. Just keep saying big toe mound, push down, and then take your weight across the foot. And that will help. There will be that tendency, but the more you do it, the more your body gets used to doing that. Let's do a wall dog just to give ourselves a break from the balance. So I'm going to put this chair out to the side here. And I think you can still see the chair. So I'll move it a little bit more here and let's see what happens. Better. Okay. Hands are on the chair. Feet are parallel. Let's take it on back. Walk our feet back and bend our knees and take our sitting bones back. And your knees may be bent to help stretch that lower back. Sitting bones are back. You might feel like they're kind of spreading. You might have a little pulse in your legs, kind of springing up and down. Toe pads and feet are pressing down into the mat as we lengthen our spine. And then maybe you straighten, maybe you don't, your legs. Feel your shoulder blades on your back. Let's go to cat pose. So you're going to take your chin towards your chest. This is standing cat pose. Chin to chest. And then let's inhale and heart moves forward. Exhale, rounding, chin to chest. Inhaling forward. Exhale, round one more time. Breathe in, breathe out. Take your sitting bones back and walk your feet towards the chair. So when we're doing that cat-cow, that's balancing the movement of one curve and then the other. See, yoga kind of builds in these movements that do bring into balance. Let's go back to a variation of tree pose. So this time you might place your foot on a block. That's a possibility. Or you might have the block away and you'll take the knee out to the side. Another concept of balance is to push foot into ankle and ankle into foot. So you're pushing one body part into the other. It's called an isometric. And if your knee is forward, you can still kind of push foot into other leg, but you want to do it evenly. Otherwise, you're going to push yourself over. So you could have both hands on the chair or neither. And you could play with your arms. I'd see one of you taking your arms to the side, and that's kind of fun. You could have one or both arms out as you spread your wings. And you are in tree pose. We're finding a spot to stare at that's not moving. Maybe we come into Hakini Mudra. Maybe. And then bring the foot down and shift the weight. Shift the weight to kind of loosen that up if anything got kind of tight. And then we'll go to the other side. So I'm actually going to bring this chair over here. And now the weight is shifting to the left leg, and you can either have your foot pressing into your ankle, or maybe you've got your foot on the block. See, these are isometrics, so that, and you can see I'm still pushing the heel into the leg, just to vary it up, right? We don't want our body to think that everything is so predictable. So we're toning our thigh and our leg and our hip, hands on the chair, or maybe you bring your hands to Hakini Mudra, or you spread one or both wings, relaxing the shoulders, finding a spot to stare at, balanced breath, easy in and easy out. Breath is in. And breath is out through your nose. Lower the arms down. Take the block, move it to the side. Let's go back to our wall dog. You might switch it up and have the seat facing you. They are a little different on your shoulders, so you could play with that idea to see how it feels for you to switch it up, or you can leave it the way you had it. You don't want to move your chairs around. Let's bring our hands to the seat of the chair and walk our feet back. And we're in our wall dog. We're pushing our palms down. We're pushing our big toe mounds down. Now maybe we take one arm out to the side. Now we don't want to drop our head down. We want to keep lifted. So you can push down through the left hand to help keep your core engaged. Sitting bones are back. Maybe one arm is out to the side. It's kind of like spinal balance. And then bring the arm back and do the other side. I got this wall here, so I'm not going to be able to extend the arm like you could. So breathing in and breathing out. Breath is in, breath is out. Bring both hands to the chair and walk your feet forward. Come on up. Let's check out how we're feeling in our body. Notice the weight in both feet. Is one foot pushing down more than the other? Do we feel like we're rolling out or we're rolling in? So to have our balance, right, we want to push down across the feet and the toe pads and the heels. This is just such an important concept because when we push down, it engages our core. When we focus on pushing down evenly, that helps us find symmetry. Let's take a side bend standing. So you could have the chair in front of you, lifting the left arm. Let's bend the elbow and just touch back behind there. See how it feels. Inhale, lift the arm. Bend the elbow out to the side, and let's find our side bend towards the right. Now, notice if your hips are going to the left. It's not that it's bad, but really push down through your feet and see if you can keep your hips, your legs hugging towards each other, feet pressing down. If you want, you can release the bottom right hand and push it in to your thigh, the side of your thigh. Take a breath in and a breath out. Push down, rise up, lower the arms down. I'm getting a little hot. I'm going to take this jacket off. You guys are working me this morning. All right, other side. So we're balanced in our weight. and both feet. Let's lift the right arm up, bend the elbow, just kind of touch back behind there. You might notice a stretch right about here. And then lifting the arm, side bending towards your left. Maybe you take the left hand down and push it into the thigh. Breathe in and breathe out. And breath is in and breath is out. Pressing down, rise up, maybe fingertips come overhead, otherwise put them at the chair. And exhaling, Hakini Mudra, drop the shoulders, feel the little pads of your fingers touch in towards each other. Now, another concept, but you have to feel safe doing this, is to close your eyes. This changes our perception, right? Because we're taking our sight away. So if it doesn't feel safe for you, please don't do it. You could always start by just closing for a split second and see how it feels to you. You can always open your eyes up. But how about we stand in mountain pose and close the eyes and notice how that feels. Take a breath in and a breath out and feel the sensation of eyes closed. What does the pose feel like with your eyes closed? Breathe in and breathe out. Now we're going to turn our head towards the right. Look over the shoulder. Breathe in. Breathe out. If it feels safe to you, you might close your eyes. You might feel a little stretch on the side of the neck. Then inhale, eyes back to center, nose back to center. Let's look the other way. Chin and head move towards the left. Breathe in, fill your body with breath. Breathe out, soften the eyelids. Breathe in. Breathe out, maybe the eyes are closed, maybe you open them up. Feel your feet as they press down. And then inhale, take the head back to center. Notice how that feels. Now, we're going to come up onto our tippy toes. So back to inside of the ankles, hugging in towards each other. And maybe you turn your head. Maybe you don't. Notice my hands are on the chair. Maybe you don't turn it all the way. Inhale, head back to center. And gaze the other way. Breath is in. Breath is out. So our vision does change our balance. Let's lower the heels down. Let that go. Let's go to a version of spinal balance with the chair. And there's different ways to do it. You can have the seat of the chair face you, or you can have the back of the chair face you. And I think I'm gonna face forward for this one. Let's see how that goes. Oh, but I won't have a lot of room. Let's see. I'm actually gonna turn the chair like this so you can see. See how you like that? So hands are gonna be on the chair. And so we're back in our wall dog, feet are parallel. Then we're gazing forward and down, because if we gaze down towards our belly, then our head is down. So gaze forward past your fingertips, your hands are underneath your shoulders. Then we're going to extend the right leg back. Breathe in and breathe out. So now we're in a balanced pose, which is similar to Warrior 3. Your toes can be down or up. Toes are down or up. You could also do this at a tabletop. And let's switch it up. So bend both knees, bring that foot down. And let's do the other side. Shift the weight to the left leg, right leg's gonna go back. Vision, gaze is forward and down. Breathe in. Breathe out. Stretching that leg back behind you. Standing leg is soft, micro bend in the knee. Exhale, lower it down and walk back towards the chair. Little break before we go to that spinal balance pose, where we're going to take one leg back and one arm out to the side. So here we go. Hands on the chair, walk the wall dog back. We're gonna extend, I'm gonna extend the left leg. So it's moving back. Now the toes could be down. They don't have to be, you don't have to have your leg lifted. Keep soft. Now you're gonna feel weight in that opposite hip, no doubt. If it feels safe to you, you're gonna move your left hand towards the right and maybe your right arm out to the side or maybe forward. You could also rest the hand on the back of the chair or lift it up. We're gonna breathe in, breathe out, lower it down whenever you feel the need, and walk back in towards the chair. We'll do the other side. Let's roll our shoulders around a few times just to take a little break in between sides. Really feel that, yep. And here we go. Hands on the chair, walk it on back, extending the other leg. And now maybe the other hand comes out to the side. We're gazing forward and down. You can always keep your hand down. You can always keep your toes down, your arm out to the side, or maybe arm is forward and it's resting on the chair or it's lifted. There's so many different variations. You want to find the one that's right for you. And yes, you will feel your core engage in this pose. It's got to help you. Exhale, lower the hand down, bring both feet back to neutral. Let's take it to wall dog from here. Sitting bones back, knees bending, hands on the seat of the chair. Feel some pressure down through your handprints, your palms and your fingers, reaching the crown forward, sitting bones back. Breathe in, breathe out, and then walk your hands back towards, or your feet back towards the chair. I don't know how you're going to walk your hands. All right, let's do a sun salute, a standing sun salute. I'll move this out so you don't have to look at that. And you can hold on to the side of the chair. We're pushing down per feet, arms are out to the side, or maybe one hand is at the chair. And we're going to exhale, soften the knees. Maybe this hand stays on the seat of the chair and you're hinging from your hip. You could have the other hand at your hip, or you could lower the arm down, or if you feel like you could release the left hand, maybe you take hands to opposite elbows and let your torso sway one way and the other. Release the head and the jaw. Notice the weight in your feet. You want the weight in your feet to be about centered. We don't want it too far back or too far forward. And then to come on up, we're going to lengthen our spine. One hand at the chair, and then, or both hands at your hips. Roll the shoulders up and back. Extend the crown forward and your sitting bones back. Push down through your feet. Rise up. Hands at the heart. Hands at the heart. Notice how that felt to do that sun salute. Let's do it again. Arms down. Inhale, one or both arms up. The other hand might be at the chair. Yes. Soften your knees. Maybe take one or both hands to your hips. Lengthen your spine forward, sitting bones back, releasing torso and head. You could have hands to opposite elbows. You could have one hand on the chair and one hand wherever it reaches down. Or you could have both hands on your shins or on your thighs. Press the thighs back, roll the shoulders up and back. Crown of the head is forward. Let's push down, rise up, arms out to the side, reach to your highest. Exhaling, hands at the heart. How does the body feel now? Let's look at this idea of lengthening the torso. So I'm showing a side view for you. We do our sun salute, one or both arms come up. We exhale, we fold, hands are at hips, or we release arms. Now, we might take our hands to our thighs or to our shins, lengthen the shoulders forward, roll them back, pull the ribs back, breathe in. So here we're lengthening the spine. Then exhale, we release the spine. Maybe you look through your legs. Weight is centered in the feet. Breathe in. Breathe out. Then inhale, lengthen forward once again. Hands can be at shins or thighs. Lengthening the spine. So sitting bones are moving back. Crown of the head is moving forward. Try not to keep your head down. Lift the back of your head and the tops of your ears back a little bit. And then let's exhale, release, let it go. And inhale, lengthen forward again. Let's take one or both arms out to the side, up towards the sky. Exhaling, hands at the heart. How does your body feel now? How does it feel now? You might close your eyes for a moment, check in, and exhale out. So yoga's a check-in. It's a working inward rather than the workout. They're both great, but this is more of a mind, body, breath, soul practice. All right, now we're going to do a hip opener. If you want to sit down, because we've been standing for a while, you can do the number 4 pose that looks like this. Either here or here, or if you're standing, you might do what we call waterfall pose or pyramid. We walk our feet back. We're going to take the right foot forward and the left back. Right foot forward, left back. And then we're going to pull that right hip back, and that will get into the outside of this right hip. The back leg is kind of at a 45-degree angle. We're going to breathe in and breathe out no matter which version you're doing. And then when you're ready, bend the front knee, step the back foot to meet the other. Take a little break. We'll do the other side. So number 4 or waterfall. Now the left leg's forward, the right leg is back at that 45-degree angle. Now I'm going to gently, it's not like a big, it's just a very subtle, pull this front hip back. Weight is distributed in the feet. We're pushing the weight and the soles down. Our arms are forward. Now, you also could be here, by the way. I didn't say that on the other side, but you could have your hands under your shoulders. Just keep the spine long, core engaged. If you're feeling it there, that's fine. If you're not, you're going to probably need to come a little bit further down to feel that stretch in this hip. And then, when you're ready, stay as long as you wish in your hip opener. When you're ready, soften the front knee, shift the weight, bring the back foot forward, back to Hakini Mudra. How's the body feel now? We've been working. Let's come into our seat for the final part of our practice, and we traditionally do a twist. That's also really nice for the spine and the abdominal organs. And we're balancing it out when we do both sides. So we're going to go back to our twisting action. And let's take the left hand outside the right thigh and the right hand behind us. Neck muscles are turning the head towards your right. You might take your hand to the seat of the chair, the back of the chair. When we're doing a twist, we're opening up across the front of the body. Keep the spine growing tall. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breath is in. And breath is out. One more. In breath. And out breath. Inhale to center. Other side. So now we're going to take the right hand outside the left thigh and the left arm in a diag or to the seat of your chair or hold on to the back of the chair. We're opening up this front of the body, slowly twisting. It's a twist from the navel up, from your belly up. Breathe in, breathe out, and breathe in, and breathe out. Soft breath in, and soft breath out. Breathe in, and breathe out. Come back to center. Let's relax for a few breaths as we close our practice. You might say some type of mantra to yourself. It could be anything. It could be something like, I'm balanced. You could say, I like to do the one where, may all beings be happy and free, and may my words, deeds, and actions contribute to their happiness. It could be any mantra. It could be a little prayer or poem you say to yourself as you use your mudra. Your mudra can be in the front of your heart or relaxed in your lap. Elbows are relaxed down by your side, and your eyelids may close softly. The breath is soft. The inhales and exhales are balanced, meaning the length of the inhale and the length of the exhale are about equal. Breathe in and breathe out. And breathing in and breathing out. Feel your legs and your feet as you breathe in and as you breathe out. Feel both sitting bones, both hips on the seat of the chair. Breathe in, breathe out. Feel the tall spine. Feel the breath fill your body. Feel your shoulders relax down. Feel your arms resting. Maybe your forearms are on your thighs. Feel your fingertips touching. All 10 fingertips touching. Feel the head balanced above your shoulders, your neck holding and balancing your head. Feel the whole body as you breathe in and as you breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. Soft breath in, soft breath out. You might bring the Hakini Mudra in front of you or go towards our Anjali Mudra, our prayer mudra. Also a balancing posture as we bring the hands together, the right and the left. And we say namaste. I honor the light in each of you. Thank you for reflecting your light towards mine. Namaste, everyone. Have a wonderful Wellness Wednesday. Any questions?